And here is the finished product, a 3-cheese Nacho Supreme platter that is so low calorie, even Greg Doucette himself would approve. Now let's go ahead and do the taste test. Wow. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode of Carnivore Kitchen. Steven here with Teamy Fork, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a 3-cheese Nacho Supreme platter. Superbowl is just around the corner, it's this weekend, so if you guys are looking for some ideas on what exactly you can make to entertain your guests, well, this 3-cheese Nacho Supreme platter is going to be the perfect thing that you guys can make. What exactly are we going to need? Well, first thing we are going to need is the carnivore chips that I showed you guys how to make last week. If you guys did not watch that video, I'm going to include a link right up over here, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. If you guys are making the carnivore chips, you're going to want to make them a little bit bigger for this because you're going to want the nachos a little bit bigger. Anyway, we are also going to need some butter. With regard to the chips, I used about a pound of chicken skins to make the chips. We have 62 grams of butter, or 1/4 of a stick. We have 1 pound of ground beef, 25 grams of Pecorino Romano cheese, which is sheep cheese. We also have 100 grams of buffalo mozzarella, and we have 75 grams of goat cheese, cheddar cheese. Aside from that, we also have some full-fat sour cream. You don't want to get the zero-fat one. You definitely want to get the full-fat because that tastes way better. And that is pretty much all we need in terms of the ingredients. In terms of the actual cooking that we're going to be doing, we are going to be using a cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, well, then you. Just kidding, but in all seriousness, if you don't have a cast iron skillet, you could use either ceramic, stainless steel, or also glass cookware. Speaking of glass cookware, we're going to need a separate container to be able to put everything in once we are done. You can also put all the cheese and all the ingredients directly on the cast iron, but personally I'm not a fan of putting any dairy on the cast iron, which is why I'm going to be transferring it onto the plate. And then lastly, we are also going to need some Himalayan sea salt, and I have my new Himalayan sea salt grinder because I'm so damn strong that I broke my last one. And now that we know everything that we need, what exactly are the steps? Well, the first step, we are going to preheat the oven because at the end we are going to put everything in the oven for a few seconds to melt the cheese. So let's go ahead and set that to 350 degrees. And next we are just going to turn on the burner, and we are going to place the salt on the burner. And once that gets good and melted into the pan, the next thing that we are going to do is add the ground beef to the skillet. Preferably you would want to use unsalted, that way you could salt it yourself with whichever salt you prefer. That's what I'm using for this one. You can also use the salted if that's what you prefer and just skip the salt altogether, but personally I like using my own salt when it comes to the actual salting process. Next, let's go ahead and take our ground beef. We're going to go ahead and put it in the pan. Let's just chop it up. While we're waiting for the ground beef to cook, you may have noticed that I'm using 3 different animals for 3 different cheeses. We have the buffalo, which is going to be the mozzarella, we have the goat, which is used for the cheddar, and then we have the sheep cheese, which is the Pecorino Romano. The reason that I'm using those 3 particular cheeses is because if you haven't seen my video on the 3 best dairy sources for ulcerative colitis, I'll include like right up over here, but basically, if you have any type of digestion issues, these are going to be a lot easier to digest. Me personally, I don't really do well with cow's milk, but I do really well with sheep, buffalo milk, and also with goat milk. So that is why I am using those 3 specific cheeses. If you do have any type of digestion issues, then those would be much better than your regular cow's milk. Alright, and now that the ground beef is finished cooking, we're just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of Himalayan sea salt to it. Now let's just mix everything up a little bit more. Now next we can go ahead and take our ground beef and put it in our bowl. Now next we are going to add our 25 grams of Pecorino Romano cheese. The Pecorino Romano cheese, it's roughly, I believe, 35% fat. When you get the higher fat Pecorino Romano cheese, it does have a little bit of a stronger taste. So if you prefer stronger tasting cheese, then getting the 35% would be good. If you prefer a little bit more milder tasting, then the 25% would be better for you. Next we're going to go ahead and take our buffalo mozzarella and just sprinkle some over top. And we're going to do the same thing with the goat cheddar cheese, just sprinkle it right on top. And next we are going to put this in the oven for just about 30 seconds. We're not going to leave it too long, just enough that the cheese melts. So just pop it in there. And in about 30 seconds it'll be ready to get taken out. Alright, so the cheese is melted. We can go ahead and take it out of the oven. And next thing that we are going to do is just decorate it with some of our carnivore chips and then put some sour cream on there. Now let's just add the sour cream. And here is the finished product, a 3-cheese Nacho Supreme platter that is so low calorie, even Greg Doucette himself would approve.
And I'm being sarcastic.
Now let's go ahead and do the taste test. Wow. That is absolutely delicious. All kidding aside, this is actually pretty high calorie dense, so if you are trying to go on a diet and lose some weight, this wouldn't be ideal to have on a regular basis. This would be fine as a snack every once in a while, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave you guys right now because I want to eat this right now, but that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more recipe videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.